Apparently people remember stories better than the pastor's three-point sermon that they've forgotten by Monday. We, as Campus Crusade, had all this literate material, which was fine for when it was invented, and yet we were beginning to fall out of phase or in discord with a generation that just wanted to hear you tell the story. So I took that theory or that thesis into the University of Central Florida, and I asked the director there, could you give me 2 of your Bible studies? I mean, right then they had a 0.5% response rate to the gospel. So we started in the fall a year ago with 20 students and 2 Bible studies. By January, we had 60 students and 8 Bible studies. And what's the centerpiece of that? Discussion and the sharing of stories.
To be able to communicate the gospel through story.
Just the value of personal stories.
This is the language of the world that we're in right now.
Right from the start, the day we started, I started to see something I would use.
You know, we have a great message.
Having your head filled with all kinds of great ideas and being creative at the same time.
Media can work miracle.
I'm glad to be exhausted by this. That's wonderful. Go ahead and make me tired. Just don't bore me.
I had no idea how intense it was going to be.
Long hours. So yeah, I think that's been the most challenging part, is just the lack of sleep.
Get your sleep before you come.
It really stretched me in a lot of ways. I actually got to do something that I've wanted to do my whole life.
The ministry is realizing the importance of story.
Someone recently said, film is going to become the sermon of the future, and filmmakers are going to become the pastors of the future.
Story and storytelling and training is a really universal appeal. How much can happen in a short period of time with people really motivated?
Story is king. If you get the story, how you express it technically will become secondary.
The best part was probably just hanging out with everyone from around the world. I mean, I've learned a ton about what people do in countries as varied as Ethiopia, to Egypt, to Malaysia, to Korea.
I will make a film for evangelism.
Video and film and movies go further than Hollywood.
I am the one who will start the media ministry.
Just start wherever you are. Start writing stories, get a little cheap camera and start making movies. We want to shoot a short film in February, the month after we get back to Spain. Just while everything's hot, while everything's fresh.
Short stories, learning how to craft videos and movies is the wave of the future, I think, in terms of ministry, especially the kind of ministry we do at Campus Crusade for Christ.
To use this in Moldovan to teach others.
We can do what Jesus did in telling story, but we can do it in a way that matches with our present-day culture.
To apply with what I do every day.
Putting stories into video.
Now we have, 3 o'clock, we're supposed to wrap at 6, right?
And then use those skills as we're learning.
Well, how did this situation happen? What may we have done differently?
So instrumental for me and such a joy to be a part of. Challenged and equipped to really tell story and to multiply our efforts.
We really can make pieces and media that transforms cultures.
One person go.
And making a film in 2 hours or making a film in 48 hours kind of removes the mystery of it.
Forget about me, but grab the camera. Or make sure the camera falls on my chest.
To film stories which have been orally passed to generations and teach the young people.
To come to something like this, you know.
So thank you, Jesus Film and Compass Academy for putting this event on.
If you like to tell stories, if you're in media, if you like to sharpen your skills, this is the place to be.
I'm very anxious to hear your stories. Not only what you do here and you get some good media, but actually going back and helping in that same conversion experience that I went through and realizing, even amongst educated people, it has a lot to do with stories. And you're at the forefront. of accomplishing that. Visual storying has got to be one of the most powerful tools that we will ever have.
These guys have taught me so much. I just wish that I could ask them to hold me.